I'm very excited to have my next guest join us. They just dropped their self-titled album, which is just fantastic. Based here in San Francisco, it's the guys of New Diplomat. Gentlemen, thanks so much for hanging.
Thanks for having us.
Yeah, thanks for being here.
Hello, Horacio. Is it Horatio?
Horatio, yeah.
Okay, I want to make sure I got the accent correct. And Carlos.
Yeah, good to see you again.
Good to see you, my friend. Carlos and I have a little history when he was in a previous band. Yeah, so he was like, you got to check out my new band. And boy, you guys are making some great music.
Thank you.
Yes.
Appreciate it. Yeah.
But there's a lot of history with you guys. If you look up New Diplomat, it's been a while since you guys have been together.
Almost, more than 10 years.
About 10 years.
Yeah, different formations, different
phases.
People, but
Yeah, which is kind of natural for bands as they try to figure out their sound, identity, and all this stuff. So why don't we just give a semblance for where things got started? Because once you start talking, people will hear the accents.
That's true. Well, we're all from different places, obviously. Carlos from the UK, from England. I'm from Uruguay originally, and Paulo's from Italy. We're all San Francisco locals now.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. And how did you meet? Obviously, San Francisco being such an international
So we were
city.
all in obviously other bands in the past, and my old band, we played shows with Paulo's old band, and his old band played shows with us.
That's right, we played with New Diplomat.
So in a way,
it's weird saying that.
He was already a New Diplomat, but
Yeah.
he was in another band, and organically we met each other, and my band was kind of breaking up. They were looking for a singer. That's when I joined. Then we parted ways with our drummer, and that's when eventually Carlos.
We started talking about soccer. I was like, you're in.
Yeah.
Oh wow,
was.
that's the bond.
That was it. Yeah.
It was for sure, yeah. When San Francisco had the Deltas, we went to a few matches together.
That's right.
Remember that?
Yeah.
It was short-lived a bit,
They
yeah.
won the championship.
That's right.
They did.
So
Yeah.
it's a connecting.
The Deltas won the championship.
Yeah, and then they
Of
folded.
What league? Why
Then
did
they folded.
Second division. And then they stopped, yeah.
Yeah.
It was too bad, though. San Francisco should have it.
Yeah, it was a good team, wasn't it?
Anyway.
Top,
I'm such a typical American. I don't follow soccer.
Yeah.
To know that San Francisco even had a team, let
Yeah.
alone won a championship.
Won a championship.
We were playing at Keyser Stadium
Okay.
on the Upper Haight. It was
Yeah.
kind of pretty set up. It was cool.
But yeah, that's one of the things that actually, when we're not talking about music, we're talking about soccer.
And what about the musical bonds that ties you guys? Because having the same taste or passion
Pretty much, yeah.
is also
A lot of
Oasis
similarities.
and Blur.
Yeah, I grew up listening to a lot of Britpop, and that's one bond that we have. I mean, he did
Yeah.
too. But,
Yeah.
Supergrass. Yeah, all of it.
Yeah.
But there's definitely this, even though we're very much a San Francisco band, there's the Euro vibe.
Yeah.
You know?
Right,
So, yeah.
right, and that's what I hear a lot on your album that you
Yeah.
just released
You
this
think so?
year.
Yeah.
Absolutely, like especially with the newer songs, they're very synth-based,
Yeah.
right? And a lot of that is very much centered around the European sounds,
Totally,
Britpop back in the old days.
Yeah.
Was that something that has always been a part of the band? Because, like we said, you've been around for a while, and your sound has changed over time.
We always wanted to sort of gravitate, because we also have this kind of like side that we really enjoy electronic music and underground electronic music. We would go out to see bands, but we'd also go out to see like
Clubs and DJs.
That's
Yeah.
why like tonight the show is a combination of what we like to, like that kind of music, and that permeated into our music. We always wanted to do it more and more, and now we're pushing a little more on that direction. So the songs still have like a pop sort of structure and melodies, but it has this backbone of a synthy kind of like layers.
And I think initially we also almost thought, well, we are indie rock, so we felt like we had to do certain things, you know what I mean? And then there was a moment where like, you know what? No, let's just do what we really like, and we just let go of or you have to have some distorted guitars at some point, or whatever that, sort of perception could be. And the day that we said, you know what, let's just do what we want, that's when everything changed for us, I think. We started to play and write what we actually really like without thinking we are expected to sound like this or that, So
Right.
I thought that was a good, liberating moment for us,
With these guys into the Britpop sounds, what were you exposed to in Italy?
Same, because Italian music over the last, few decades hasn't really been on the forefront of things. I think that's a fair statement. So we do.
Well, Monoskin might have something
Yeah.
to say about that.
They also do sound like 95 or something
Yeah.
all over again,
Yeah.
which is interesting. So we grew up listening to a lot of Britpop. You know, Seattle was huge in Italy in the 90s. You know, I remember Soundgarden being a big name. Alice in Chains was even bigger than Nirvana, I think. But yeah, a lot of what's the other one? Pulp.
Pulp,
Common People, all the songs, you know, Suede. So that's seen more so, I think, than American music. I think English, you know,
Right.
British music was a big influence for us in the 90s. So
Yeah. Yeah.
I grew up with that.
Which is why I think a lot of people are really gravitating to your music, especially on the West Coast, San Francisco.
Yeah,
in
San Francisco
particular.
has that kind of like duality of like it's America, but it's a little bit different.
Absolutely. Everybody says San Francisco is kind of the European city jewel of America in a lot of respects.
Yeah.
When you came to put these songs together and the sound, I think it had been a few years which you solidified this, right? It was basically a few years, a couple years.
Yeah, and then the pandemic was a double-edged sword. Like we couldn't perform, but we were kind of like writing this album. So it gave us a lot of time to really, like, for the first time, like fully like dive into the songs, and like almost to the point that is almost like too much, but like I think they came out really nicely.
You named this a self-titled album.
Yeah.
In a lot of respects, bands, artists will introduce themselves with self-titled album. Is this in a way a reintroduction of New Diplomat?
I think so. I think it's like different, like
Because we feel this is a statement. This is us.
Yeah.
Like the
More than
final
ever.
realization of what we like to write, to listen to. Not to sound pompous or whatever, but this is maybe the first time that often, and when I'm driving around, I play my own
You play your own music.
music because I really enjoy it. And I've always had, you know, in the past, even before this band, the little cringe thing, you know, like sometimes maybe actors have, or I don't want to see myself in something. So I'm always like, I don't want to hear it. Now actually play our own songs. I'm like, this is great. I don't mean
So-
the sound.
There's still-
Hey!
I love it.
You should be proud of
Yeah,
the art that you make. I mean,
But
look at
you're
Mariah.
right, artist struggles.
And it's the first time I actually enjoy it and I embrace it like that. So I'm like, oh, that's a good sign. You know what I mean?
So you're in your Mariah Carey era. I heard Mariah Carey plays her own music when she makes love.
Can you?
Different angle. Yes, yeah, I don't know.
We did.
Maybe.
I actually haven't done that.
Actually, I think I've done that. I don't know.
Basically, that's what I'm trying to get out of you.
Yeah.
Carlos, you seem quiet here.
I was actually just about to say, so we listed what? Blur, Oasis, Supergrass, Suede, and now Mariah Carey.
The Christmas song.
That shows a range.
Yeah.
Well, your music is fantastic. I'm a
Thank
you.
big fan, and I wish you the best of luck.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Brilliant.
It's the guys of New Diplomat on B-Sides.